Hello everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading. So today's video, it's going to be why are you feeling this way? Maybe you're feeling a little stuck, maybe you're feeling down, a little anxious. Let's try to figure it out. Let's see what the purpose of this spiritual growth is for you in your life. Now if you clicked on this video and you're having a great day and you're feeling good and you're feeling it, then I'm excited for you, but I don't think this pick a card reading is for you. This is for anybody that's not feeling great. Maybe you're having a rough time. Maybe you're feeling depressed, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling stuck, or you're just feeling really confused. And this video is for all of those people. So if you're feeling great, come back later when you're feeling like crap, because I am not feeling good, you guys. I've had a week that's been intense, and it's been hard, and it's been all the emotions, and I've been doing a lot of crying and a lot of healing, but it's been really heavy. I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I'm doing this pick a card. Because if you're going through it, I'm going through it too. And we're going through it together. So this pick a card is for you and it's for me. So, alright, let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, I'm Megan and I do tons of pick a card readings, a lot of spiritual content. I like to bring you clarity, motivation, inspiration on your path. I like to be vulnerable and I like to just explore everything. So let's look at the groups. Alright, group number 1. So if you pick this group, you have the card, what do you feel? So maybe you're not sure exactly how you feel, because that's the question we're asking today, right? Like, why are you feeling the way you're feeling? So I like the imagery in this card, because I like how she's juggling this apple and this orange. Maybe you don't know what direction to go in or what decision to make. Maybe you're going back and forth a lot, like, is this the right thing? Is that the right thing? This could be it with your relationships or your spiritual path or your career. But I feel like there's a lot of confusion in this group. And I feel like there's clarity coming because I love how she's gazing up at the full moon. The full moon, it illuminates everything for us so we can see clearer. Even though it can be more painful. Like, I'm filming this the day after the full moon we had in Leo in January. So this full moon's been really intense for me. I don't know if it has for you. I feel like a lot of clarity is coming, and I like how we have the number 9, because the 9s in numerology signifying coming to the end of a cycle. Like, I feel like you're coming to the end of it. You're not in the end of it yet, but you're coming to the end of this confusion, which is really good. And I feel like maybe you're searching for more of the meaning of life, too, if you pick this group. Like, why are we here? What's my purpose? What does it all mean? Like, you're always questioning everything, because you have a very curious mind. And I feel like you really like to explore. So let's see if we can get some clarity for you, group number 1. Let's pull some more cards. And let's see why you are feeling this way, why you're feeling stuck. I feel like this group's feeling a little stuck. I guess I would say overwhelmed. Lost, maybe, for some of you. Lost is a word that's coming to mind. Let's see. Okay, so we have the Father of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands reversed, Mother of Swords, the Tower reversed, work through your fears, back and forth, enough, it says you were born enough, and fragment. I feel like this group is very much so in your headspace. You're very in your headspace. You're thinking a lot, maybe a little too much. I feel like you're overthinkers. And I can relate to you, because I do the same thing. But let's look at these last 2 cards first. Enough. You were born enough. And then fragment. I love this enough card. It's so beautiful. Look at this angel. She's standing there. She's like this angel and goddess. And I like how she has her hands up by her ears, because I feel like she's like listening. Like, I feel like your guides are around you and they have their hands up like this and they're just listening, like, waiting for you to talk to them. Like, speak it out loud, I can't hear you. Like, not in a mean way, but just like, speak up, speak up. And I feel like they want you to start using mantras. Like, I am enough. I am enough. Because you are enough, group number 1, just as you are. Not in a year from now, not when you have that perfect job, not when you have that perfect relationship. You're enough now, and your value isn't determined based off of what you have, based off your accomplishments, based off how much money you have, based off how many people love you or admire you, based off how many subscribers or followers you have. I feel like Archangel Michael is coming through strong for this group. There's some bold energy coming through. You are enough exactly how you are right now. And I want you to start saying that to yourself every day. I want you to get up and go into the mirror and say you are enough. Because you're working through some of these fears of not feeling enough, not feeling like you've accomplished enough in your life, not feeling like you've progressed enough, or that you should be along further, or you should be at a certain point. Archangel Michael and your spirit guides and your higher self is working with you to help bring these fears up to the surface, to talk about them, and to release them. Because then we have, and then we'll come back to the fragment card, but I want to go over to this back and forth card and work through your fears. Because this didn't I say that in the beginning, group number 1, that it's like this back and forth energy? I'm pretty sure I said that. And I feel sometimes that you do go back and forth. You're like, well, should I have done this or should I have done that? Maybe you do it with the past, or maybe you do it with your present reality. Like, should I do this today or should I do that? Or should I do this or that? Like, what's the right way? What's the right decision? What's the right path? And the truth is, there is no right path. There is no right way. It's not right or wrong. Society can make us think the world is so black and white, but it's not. Whatever you choose will be correct. Whatever you do will be right. It's always right. And you're working through these fears. New Moon in Scorpio. We have Scorpio here, a water energy. I'm feeling a lot of emotions coming up for this group. The only way to work through our fears is to feel through them and to face them and to get vulnerable and to talk about them. I know I'm jumping around a lot, but I like this Mother of Swords here with the Tower in reverse. Because I feel like this female energy is somebody in your life. There's some sort of feminine energy in your life, whether this is a mentor, a friend, a mother, or someone that's like a mom, that is willing to help you, that wants to listen to you, that wants you to open up to them more. And this person is really going to help you, okay? This person has a lot of wisdom, and it's not going to feel comfortable talking to them about this, about some of your deepest fears and insecurities, because maybe if it's like a relationship, and this could be someone with feminine energy, it could be a male, take what resonates, but I'm just getting this energy of talking to them is going to be really hard, especially if it's like your mom or significant other or sister, someone really, or a really, really close friend. It's the hardest to open up to these people because we see them a lot and they're a big part of our lives, and we're afraid if we open up and we talk to them that they're going to judge us and it's going to change our dynamic, or it's going to change the energy. But Spirit wants you to know that this is part of your growth, and this is really going to be necessary. It's time to take the step and to start opening up. Okay, so that's a specific message for some of you. If that resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. But I feel like it's time to speak up to those around you and to your guides. And not just speak there's different ways to go about it, right? Like, I need help, I need your help, I need your guidance. Speak up your fears. Speak up what you're scared of. Speak up, because if you're feeling, back and forth and anxious and wondering if you're doing the right things, then that all comes from a place of fear. Right? And a lot of these fears are subconscious, but until we start to open our throat and open our mouth and talk about it, we won't know what it is. Right? Because we're not going to sort it out just keeping it all in our minds. Right? Because we have this Father of Pentacles and this Ten of Wands in reverse. I feel like you're keeping all of your thoughts to yourself. You're keeping them to yourself, and it's, when I was talking to my boyfriend yesterday, he was helping me going through some stuff, because I was crying, I was feeling it, I was getting vulnerable with him, and he explained to me that if we have all these thoughts in our head, right, all these fears or all these anxieties or whatever they are, and we don't talk about it with anybody, it builds up like a pressure cooker, and it just starts to boil over, and that's when we just can't handle life, and we just feel overwhelmed because we're not letting the pressure out of the cooker, like we're not, releasing. It's part of our human experience. It's part of how we're made on an emotional level. We have to release, we have to connect with people, and we have to talk. And while, talking to your guides and writing in your journal and all these things are really beneficial for you, talking to other humans is essential. And I'm hearing that you're going to be surprised with how they respond. It's going to be better than you think, because there's a fear as well of, well, if I say this to this person, or if I open up about this, then they're going to think that, and they're going to think that. And Spirit's saying you're making up stories in your head. You're making up stories that aren't true. And the only way to know for sure if that's how they'll react is to just do it. That's the only way you'll actually know. And then you can release that fear. Right? Yeah, that's how I feel with this Father of Pentacles in reverse. It's like you have a certain expectation or you feel like you know how people are going to respond to you. But you're wrong. That's what I hear. You're wrong. Because it's a fear-based mentality, if that makes sense. Take a deep breath, group number 1. I relate to this group. I'm probably going to relate to all the groups, but I really relate to this group. Okay, I want to read about this fragment card. So I'm going to get the book out because I want to see what it says. Alright, sometimes it seems that life is split into so many parts, all of them separate and difficult to bring together. Family, friends, work, study, activities can all seem unrelated to each other. My child, you are always whole. Even at times, things feel separated and fragmented. That is only an illusion. Choosing this symbol reminds you that all the moving parts of your life are important. If the one you're asking about seems confusing, focus on the one that brings you clarity. Be here now and know that I love you and I see you as beautiful and whole, regardless of how disconnected things seem. Also, remember to take a step back when you're trying to understand something. You may be looking at only one piece of a giant puzzle, a fragment of the truth. See the bigger picture through my eyes, and no matter what, all is well. Wow, that really ties in, I feel like, with everything I said. Yeah, it's so true. When we're trying to get an answer to a question and we're trying to figure out the meaning, sometimes it's just one piece of a bigger puzzle. And we have to take a step back and look at all the parts of our life. Like, why do I feel, disconnected from Spirit right now? Why can't I connect to my angels? Maybe you need to connect with the humans around you. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe it's nothing bad. It's nothing that you did. You didn't do anything wrong. But it's time to, Spirit's like, we're taking a break because we need you to go talk to your partner or your boss or your friend. Right? Or maybe you feel stuck creatively and you can't think of how to move further along in your projects or your music or whatever. Maybe it's because you need to take a break. It's not anything that you did wrong. It's not because you're not creative, right? And I like in that book how it says when you feel stuck in one area, focus on the area that makes more sense, right? Focus on the area that makes more sense in your life. Don't get too caught up in the one area of your life that's overwhelming you. Focus on the parts that make sense. You're going through a spiritual awakening, group number 1. You're going through an awakening. It's tough, and it's a lot at times, but you've got this. You're very strong. You're very wise. I can definitely tell that. But it's time to get vulnerable. It's time to get more vulnerable. It's really going to help you process everything. It's going to help bring in clarity, and you will be rewarded for it. Okay? So my heart goes out to you. Comment down below. I want to send you guys some love, and I will see you at the next one. Alright, group number 2, welcome to your reading. So we have the card, Bring It Into Form. I feel like what this card is saying, it's so pretty, isn't it? All the lights and the little, they look like little beetles flying around her feet. I feel like the universe is working with you to get more grounded in your energy, but I also feel like you're taking the right steps. I feel like you don't feel like it always, but this is a reminder that you are taking the right steps. You might be overthinking it or feeling lost at times, but Spirit's saying you're going in the right direction. And to keep taking the steps that you're taking. And take one step at a time, one step a day. Don't try to race, don't try to run. Just take those nice pace, nice steps, one at a time. So let's pull some more cards and see what other messages we're getting. Okay, so we have the Elephant Spirit. It says, learn from the past. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? A personal issue reaches resolution. 9 of Wands reverse, the Devil, the Fool in reverse, and Page of Swords. Okay, the first energy I was hearing was scared. So a lot of you are scared. What are you scared of? Ask yourself that right now before I get into this. Take a deep breath. Focus on your heart. Maybe put your hand on your heart. And ask your body. Ask your heart. What am I scared of? Okay. Did you get an answer? I got losing, not winning, not succeeding. Those are some of my fears. Alright, let's look at these first 2 cards. Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? Ooh, actually, let's look at the first 3 cards, because then we have a personal issue reaches resolution. So it's interesting. I'm feeling a couple different energies. Some of you are having friction with a person in your life. I feel like a lot of you have known this person for a while, or it's like you're repeating some of your patterns from past relationships in this relationship. For others of you, it's the relationship within yourself, to yourself, okay? So it's a relationship. It might be with yourself. It might be with a person. Take it as it applies. But there's a lot of healing going on. And I feel like Spirit has been bringing up memories lately from the past of maybe it's memories when you were in school or when you were with your family, or memories that, you know, that hurt you or that brought you fear or that brought you confusion. And if you haven't had those memories come up, I feel like they're going to start. So just be aware of them, whether you're in meditation or taking a shower. Be aware of that, because I feel like these memories are really important for your healing and your growth, because they're representing fears that you've picked up that are now coming up because you're ready to heal them, to accept them, and to learn from them. Because this energy you're feeling is coming to an end, group number 2. Because we have a personal issue reaches resolution. I feel like for a lot of you it could be by the next full moon. There's going to be a lot of resolution, like the next new moon or full moon. But I feel as though there's going to be some sort of big key or big piece to your puzzle that comes in. And this is the lesson you're learning. This is the spiritual lesson you're learning about boundaries that you need to create. And boundaries are very interesting, right? Because sometimes we have to set boundaries up with other people, right? We have to learn to say no. We have to learn to... There's like this... My boyfriend was saying sometimes before he talks to somebody, if he knows that they're the kind of person that are going to talk and go on and on for like hours, he'll say at the beginning, you know, okay, like, yeah, I can talk, but I only have 15 minutes. Like, that's a boundary. You know what I mean? Like, setting that. So if your mom calls and you know that it's going to drain you, or a certain friend, you know, you can set boundaries up right in the beginning. And just be like, oh, yeah, I just have 15 minutes, or I just have, you know, I have a few minutes, or I have this amount of time. That's setting a boundary. We can also set boundaries within ourselves. So when these fears come up, you know, and the scarcity of mindset can come up, and it can bring us anxiety, or it can bring us depression, or make us feel lost, we can bring awareness to that and say, okay, I recognize that emotion and I understand that emotion that I have, and I'm going to send love to it, but I'm going to feel this way instead right now. I'm going to put a boundary up and say, no, we're not going to feel like that right now. Sometimes it's okay to feel in that, right, when we're going through some deep healing, but at times when we're like, okay, I'm at work right now, or I'm doing this right now, I'm putting up a boundary with myself. Okay, now we have this Nine of Wands in reverse next to the Devil. And I'm getting this energy of like temptation. Maybe there's some people in your life that aren't very spiritual or they aren't very positive. And they can make you doubt yourself. They can make you doubt your beliefs. They can make you doubt the belief you have in yourself. Because I feel like for this group that you've really built up a lot of love for yourself and you've really come to understand your inner intelligence and have more faith and surrender more. And I think that's so beautiful, but I think there's still some people around you, or it could even be society, right? When we're flipping through Instagram or we're on Facebook and people make a comment on our post or, whatever it is, any kind of interaction, I think that there's people that are triggering you. And Spirit's saying that they're there, they're triggering you for your growth. Like it's for a good purpose, and it's to help you see the wounds that are within you so we can bring attention to that, so we can bring some loving energy to that part of ourselves. So now when somebody triggers me, I get in this energy of gratitude. I'm like, thank you. Thank you for triggering me, Because the people that make us upset and the people that hurt us, they are our best teachers. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean that I don't get hurt, that I don't get upset, because I do. I cry sometimes if somebody, posts a mean comment or belittles me. But then I take a minute and I see it for what it is. I take a step back and I look at it from a new perspective. And I realize that these people are my teachers. And I can learn and strengthen myself from this and grow from this, right? You can sink or you can swim. And you guys are swimmers. You guys are definitely swimmers. All right, let's look at this Page of Swords and the Fool in reverse. This group craves knowledge. You do. You crave knowledge, you crave clarity, you crave answers. And I feel as though you're going to start learning something new. Maybe some of you are going back to school, or you should go back to school, or you should learn. I feel like you have a crave for knowledge. And I feel like Spirit wants you to take a chance. Because when we have the Fool in reverse, I feel like you're resisting some new energy. Or maybe you will be resisting some new energy of like going back to school. Or applying for that new job. Or picking up a new hobby like tarot reading and learning the cards. Astrology for some of you. But there's some sort of new energy that Spirit and your guides want you to focus on. To learn more, to read more. It doesn't have to be going to school. It could just be reading more or taking an online course or an educational program or something like that. But Spirit wants you to open up more to it. Because it's really going to be very healing for you. And this is going to give you a lot of clarity. And it's going to help you with your creativity as well. So I'm excited for your group number 2. You're going through it. You're going through it. You're healing. You're working through it. Keep swimming. Keep swimming, okay? You're doing amazing. And if you are feeling frustrated about a certain person or feeling any kind of frustration or scarcity within, there is something that's coming to a resolution soon. So keep your faith, keep surrendering, and keep going in the direction you're going. Because you are going the right way, okay? I love you guys. I'm sending you so much love. Please comment down below. I want to hear from you, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, group number 3. So if you pick this card, we have Seeing the True You. I love the imagery on this card. Right, she's laying there on a couch. She's naked. She looks naked. She's looking in the pond. Looks like a pond. And she's looking at her own reflection. And look at her face. She looks very calm and very satisfied. And I feel like this energy is coming for you, group number 3, because I feel like you're not completely feeling it yet. You are in some ways. You are in some ways. But I know you clicked on this reading because you're not You're feeling a little, I'm hearing frazzled, and lost and confused. Frazzled, lost, confused. And I like how 29 is here because that adds to 11. So you might be seeing a lot of 111s around. Oh my gosh, look at, there's also on the back far right lily pad, there's a little teacup. I don't know if you guys can see it. Looks like a teacup just sitting on the lily pad. What does that mean? When I think cups, I like to think fulfillment. And since it's one cup, it makes me think of the Ace of Cups, which is a lot of love, overflowing love and fulfillment. So I think that's what's coming for you. And I like how she's naked too, because she's seeing her true self, her vulnerability, her as she is, exactly how she is, and she's loving all of it. She's like, I love it, I feel it, I'm owning it, and I feel that for you. So this is great. I'm excited for this. So let's see, but that's not why you clicked on this reading. Well, kind of, yeah. But also, like, I want to see why you're feeling what you're feeling. But you know what? It kind of makes sense because I feel like you're feeling what you're feeling to get to this point. Like you're feeling in this discomfort. I can talk. You're feeling in this discomfort to get to this space. This is going to be your reward for the work that you're doing, for what you're going through, this awakening that you're experiencing. It's to see your authentic self fully and completely and to shine it for the world. Ooh, I like it. I like it. All right, let's pull some tarot. Okay, so we have look at the bigger picture, art, which is the Temperance card, the Queen of Pentacles, the Prince of Pentacles, Judgment, Fertility, and Goddess of Justice. So let's look at the first card, look at the bigger picture. I feel like this group, you can get really zoned in on one thing. Like you can get really caught up in the one thing that you're lacking, or the one thing that you really want, or the one thing that you feel like is going to make you feel better. And you're being encouraged to take a step back, right? To look at everything from a bigger perspective. Look at how far you've come. Don't forget how far you've come, because I feel like you've been through it, group number 3, and you've come so freaking far. And I feel like you feel at times that it's taking too long, But when you really look at it from another perspective, it's actually gone quite quickly. Everything's happened really quickly in the past year or two, all these changes that you've made and all this progress that you've done within yourself. And how much different you are now than you were even 6 months ago. Don't forget that. Also looking at, everything that you're going through, looking at the state of the world right now. Because there are a lot of hardships going on, depending on what part of the world you're in. I know for me, I'm stuck in my house, and, of course I have everything that I'm grateful for, but I'm stuck with this pandemic, and it does drive me nuts a little bit, because I like to be social. I like to go out, I like to talk to people, and that's been really hard on me. And that's another thing I don't always take into perspective. Because I'm like, no, I'm strong, I got this, it's fine, that's whatever, it's not a big deal. But make sure you're looking at all the moving pieces, right? Then we have Temperance and the Queen of Pentacles. Temperance can talk about slow-moving energy. And maybe things have slowed down for you recently, or you feel like things have slowed down, you feel a little stuck, you feel a little antsy. And I like in this depiction how she's painting on the wall. Because I feel like for you, group number 3 especially, that getting into your artistic gifts is really going to help you during this time, like channeling your pain, whatever you're feeling through your artistic expression. If you're like, well, no, Megan, I'm not artistic, I don't have an artistic gift. We all have artistic gifts. Sometimes it takes a minute to find them, but just do anything. Like even if you're not a good painter, just start painting. If you're not a good singer, just start singing. Like I'm not a good singer, but I go on Voicey and it's this app that I use and I sing. And there's filters, so it makes me sound better. And I channel my pain. And sometimes I just write songs about feeling crappy because it feels good. So just start channeling it in any way you can. Write a poem. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to sound good. It's for you. It's for you. Create art for you, for your pain. Cook. You can cook. That's creative, Try one creative thing a day that you can do. Monday through Friday. And do a different thing each day. Today I'm going to write a song and I'm going to sing it. The next day I'm going to cook a really healthy meal. The next day I'm going to paint. The next day I'm going to make a bracelet. I don't know. Just, have fun with it. I feel like that's really, really going to help you. It's going to help bring clarity too, because I feel like when I'm in my artistic expression, even when I'm making videos like this, it brings more clarity to my purpose and to my life, and it helps me look at things in a different perspective. Like right now, I'm making this art, right? I'm making this video, and I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling good today. I'm feeling kind of shitty, and right now my shoulders hurt really bad. I feel a lot of inflammation going on. I feel heavy in my chest, and I'm not mad about it. It is what it is, and I know it's temporary, but I'm channeling it, I'm sharing my experience with you guys. Because then we have the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like that kind of represents the Queen of Pentacles, right? Feeling her pain and channeling it and doing it anyways, taking care of herself. And I like how she's sitting at this dinner table with all these people, because I feel like it shows how connected she is with others. She kind of brings people together, and she's social, and she just doesn't have fear, right? She talks about what she's going through, and she doesn't care if you like it or not. It's, she's real, and she's vulnerable, and she's there, and she's a queen. You want to be a queen? I want to be a queen. I am a queen. I don't know if that made sense. Let's keep going. And we have the Prince of Pentacles next to the Judgment card. I'm getting this energy from these cards that maybe you are afraid of what people think of you. You're a little afraid of what people think of you. You want to make the right impression. You want to make sense. You want to help people. You want to... Because maybe you feel like if people like you, then you'll be more successful, or you'll have more fun, or there'll be less stress in your life if everyone's getting along. But it's time to walk away from that. You don't need to have that feeling or that fear, because you are amazing, group number 3. I can tell that. You are very talented, and you represent this queen energy and this warrior energy, because we have this goddess of justice down here next to fertility. Goddess of justice, look at her, she's got a sword, and I feel like that's you. Everything's working in your favor. It doesn't always feel like it, but it is. Yeah, and I love how we have fertility, because I talked about artistic gifts, right? It says, it is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. So, for you, group number 3, it's all about artistic creativity. Try new things, right? Don't just keep doing the same thing. If you're like, oh, well, I'm a painter and I'm just bored of painting, or I usually do this, but I'm just bored of it, then do something else. You don't have to be good at it. It's fun. I remember when I first started getting on Voicey on the app, I wasn't, you can make things private, so I wasn't sharing anything. I was just making them for me, and it was fun, and it was different, and I was being creative. I think sometimes society makes us think that, oh, if we're going to be creative, we have to be good at it. We have to be, or what's the point? Don't even try. If you're not good at it, what are you doing with your life? It's a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. It's not. Because it's healing, it's therapeutic, and it brings clarity. It's part of being a human. That's why we come to this earth, is to have a human experience. And a big part of that is our creative abilities and our talents, and just exploring those and having fun with it and playing. Like when you're a kid, when you're a kid, you don't start drawing and then you're like, oh, I'm not, you're 4 and you're like, oh, I'm not good at it, I shouldn't do this. You do it because you like it, and you create stuff for people, and you just have fun with it. And I think that energy is just going to be so healing for you, group number 3. So create for you, don't create for other people. Create for you, do it for you, and if you feel like sharing it, then yeah, share it. I think it's awesome, but don't feel pressured. I'm excited. There's a new project coming. We have the fertility card. There's something new, some new creative energy that you're giving birth to. Okay? Some new. Maybe for some of you it is actual human and you're giving birth to a human. Congratulations. But I think for most of you this is some sort of creative gift. This could be a spiritual gift. This could be a psychic gift. But you're birthing something. And while you're in labor, it's kind of painful. Right? So I feel like you're in your labor pains right now. You're in your labor pains, group number 3. That's a really weird analogy, but I'm going to go with it. You're in your labor pains, but the baby's coming, and when the baby comes, it's going to fill your heart with joy, and it's going to change your life. So I'm excited for you. Comment down below. I want to send you guys some love. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.